Hey everybody, welcome to my room. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do kind of a review about the movie Batman, the 1989 movie starring Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend you do, even if you don't like Batman, because it's just a good movie all around. There's so many great things about this movie if you are a Batman fan. First good thing I notice every time I watch the movie is the music, because Danny Elfman's score is really well done. It's very memorable. It's kind of funny thinking about it now, because that's so against everything that Batman is. He's not a hero type, he's actually an anti-hero. So it's always kind of funny to me, I think, that Danny Elfman, who's known for writing these really upbeat, catchy tunes, was hired for Batman, and he just nailed it perfectly. Michael Keaton, it's very important to note how good of a job he did. Because he was being cast against type, I think before Batman came around he hadn't done too much. It's so great to see him play Bruce Wayne, because his version of Bruce Wayne is not the typical kind of smarmy, he's a billionaire, playboy. He's not really invested in anything he's doing, he's just kind of there because he has to be. That's kind of his whole shtick. That's how Bale really played him off in the Nolan trilogy. But I like Keaton's a lot better. Where does Bruce Wayne and Batman begin? It's because he's really never fully invested in anything that he's doing as Bruce Wayne, and it's really interesting to see. Another big plus for the movie obviously was Jack Nicholson as the Joker. He did a great job, but this was the first movie featuring the Joker, so Burton had to give him kind of an origin story, which was good, but at the same time, you know, it's kind of sucked he was given an origin story. Moving past that though, the Jack Nicholson version of the Joker is amazing because he looks exactly how the Joker should look. He's got the perfect suit, creepy peeled back smile, and he just kind of has the right attitude. Nicholson, for me, I think got the closest to what it should be. It's so tasteless, I believe was the word Nicholson used to describe his character in that movie, which is really perfect. He really is. You know, the Joker's got kind of a tasteless sense of humor. His Gotham City, the atmosphere in this movie for Gotham is just incredible. It's very busy. There's people crowding the streets constantly. It honestly does feel like, you know, you could go down a back alley and just get robbed and nobody would do a thing. And I love that feeling. That's a very important feeling to have. Gotham City in this movie actually feels dangerous while I'm watching the movie, and that's so important to have that on there. The cave, it's got a great design to it. It's a lot bigger than caves in later movies. We got the Batmobile and we have all these caverns, and it just kind of drops off into nothingness. And then over here we have, you know, the supercomputer, and down here we have the armory where he keeps his suit and all his weapons, and the secret entrance, you know, up here. And it's just, the cave overall just feels like a better design. The Batmobile. Holy shit, you guys. The Batmobile in this movie is just fucking awesome. It's basically the iconic Batmobile. It's my favorite Batmobile. If I had to pick between this and the animated series, which are my two favorites, it's going to be a tough one, but I think at the end of the day I'm going to go the 89 Batmobile. Some of the other things that I didn't like so much about the movie, Gordon, it kind of sucks for Gordon because he's a real huge character in the comics. He's so important and integral in Batman's life. And in the movie, he's just kind of relegated to that of like a high-ranking officer. He's the police commissioner, but he doesn't have any special contact with Batman. They have no special relationship whatsoever other than Gordon turns on the bat signal, Batman goes and saves the day, and that's about it, you know. And it's just frustrating to see such an important character reduced to nothing. Is the belt, but what sucks about it is there's nothing on it. Every time Batman needs a gadget, there's this thing on his belt that slides around to the front holding the gadget that he needs. Somehow, magically, the belt knows what gadget he needs. His cape is just this magical black hole, this, you know, gateway into another dimension that holds all of his gadgets, and they just pop out when he needs them. That's a bit frustrating. There's no origin for Batman. I know we kind of know, okay, this is why he fights crime, this is why he does what he does, but why Bat? Which to me is fucking bullshit. It's that criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot, you know, so I picked the symbol of the bat to invoke fear in their hearts. That Batman actually kills a couple times, you know, I'm sure some of you are thinking, oh, whatever, you know, Batman has to kill. He doesn't kill. That's his whole fucking thing. And there's other opportunities in the movie too where he could kill a guy, but he doesn't. So I don't really know what was going on there. It's like Tim Burton couldn't decide whether he wanted Batman to be a killer or not to be a killer. He's kind of does whatever. It's just really frustrating that they couldn't pick a route and stick with it. It's kind of my last point I'm going to make for right now, was the final scene. I both like and dislike it because Batman gives Gotham the bat signal. He says, call me if you ever need my help again. And while that's, great and everything, it kind of implies that he's not out there patrolling every night doing what he does. Also, it takes away from all of Batman's kind of mythos. In the comics, he's sort of revered as this urban legend. A lot of people don't even know if he exists or not. Even people that have seen him, they would make reports and they're not sure what any of his abilities are, powers, if he has any. They all describe him differently. He's a monster who eats flesh. He's literally part of the shadows. They all have all these different accounts. But in this movie, he gives Gotham the bat signal, and while it's great to see him become born as Gotham's protector, it's not because they accept him as such. It's because he's saying, "This is what I fucking do. If you don't like it, piss off." It just takes away from his mythos, and it takes away from him as a whole, I think, to have him be the one that kind of acknowledges that he's here to help them out. It's frustrating, really. But that's kind of my whole take on Batman '89. I'm probably going to try and do another video on Batman Returns, possibly Batman Forever, and maybe, if I can find somebody to watch it with me again, maybe even Batman and Robin. No promises though, because I fucking hate that movie. Freeze puns aside, that is the best part of the movie. But anyways, thanks for watching. Go ahead and comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.